Hello students, Jai Hind, good morning, welcome back. As in last lecture, you all know we were discussing about an important topic, that is balancing of chemical equation. That topic we were discussing in our last lecture number 2. In chapter number 1, chemical reaction and equation, you all know very well. Before we move ahead in today's lecture, let us first try to collect the content of the previous lecture, because it happens that as per our weekly schedule of lectures, you are attending every week 3 lecture of science, and last lecture you attend in every week on Saturday. Then in next lecture there is a gap, Sunday, Monday, okay? So it happens sometime that the topic which is discussed in the last lecture may need a little revival, okay? Now see dear student, today you are attending lecture number 3. Name of the chapter, one of the important chapter of chemistry, okay, that is chemical reaction and equation, okay, chemical reactions and equation. Dear student, what you need to do in advance is that, because before the chapter start, you people are already getting PDF in advance, understand? And you also got the material physical copy already. So now what you need to do is that once you attend any lecture, understand, do not wait for the next topic to start. Before the next lecture is delivered to you, you need to sit and read the next topic, understand, by yourself. So what happens that when the same topic is explained in the expected next lecture, it becomes very easy for you to remember the topic, understand? In our last lecture number 3, lecture number 2, okay, we have discussed about, if you can remember, balancing a chemical equation. That topic we discussed in our last lecture, and at that time you were explained that balancing a chemical equation is compulsory. What is the meaning of balancing, that you all know, understand? Ensuring equal number of atoms of each element on both the sides of the equation, that is termed as balancing a chemical equation. Why we balance a chemical equation? So just by trying to equalizing number of atoms of each element on both the side of the equation, ultimately you are trying to follow, or you are trying to realize a very important universal law of conservation of mass, which you already know, that mass can neither be created nor destroyed. Total mass remain constant in this universe. That means total mass of reactant before the equation, before the chemical reaction, and total mass of product after the chemical reaction is accomplished needs to be equal. So balancing a chemical equation is essential and compulsory for us. Understand? And that way, when you balance any chemical equation, you are actually realizing the law of conservation of energy. Okay, dear student. Now today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is, from your material, if you have gone through your topic number under topic 1 1.3, that is heat and trial method, which is we are discussing today. Topic number 1.3. What is the title of this topic? Heat and trial method. Okay, heat and trial method of balancing a chemical equation. Try to understand this particular method is utilized to balance any chemical equation. Whenever you want to balance any chemical equation, this method is going to help you a lot. Understand? It happened, dear student, that after you practice this method and after you get some master in balancing a chemical equation, you may not adopt this method. But whenever it is difficult to balance any chemical equation, this method is quite useful. Understand? In balancing a chemical equation. What we are going to do in today's lecture, that we are going to discuss this method in detail, and we will try to balance any chemical equation. Okay? For example, we will take the same equation for balancing, understand, which is given in your material, that because that will comfort you a lot. In exam, this question may appear in 4 marks. This may appear in 4 mark. Understand? In section D, explain heat and trial method for balancing a chemical equation. Okay, dear student? Now, to understand this particular method, at least we have to target one particular equation that we will target, and we will try to balance it. We are actually, I am writing the equation here, which is skeletal equation, not balanced. Fe, iron, okay, plus H2O. Don't consider it water, it is actually a steam of the water. Understand? Gives Fe3O4, that means ferric oxide, and H2, hydrogen gas. Okay, dear student? This is the chemical equation I have written here. Actually, if I want to give you an explanation about this chemical reaction, I can speak. When iron reacts with steam of water, it produces iron oxide, which can also be called ferric oxide, and produces hydrogen gas. Okay, we are targeting this particular equation, and we are trying to understand how to balance this particular equation by heat and trial method. Actually, dear student, when practically you are trying to balance any chemical equation, you do not have to write step 1, step 2, step 3, that way the process. But if it is asked in exam, explain heat and trial method of balancing a chemical equation, then it become compulsory for you to write it. Okay, so dear student, we will also go stepwise. Understand? Suppose I want to balance this particular equation, okay, then what I should target? Step to step, if I write step number 1, I am trying to balance this chemical equation. What is step number 1? Actually, you know that in this particular chemical reaction, iron and water are reactant, ferric oxide and hydrogen gas are product. So what you need to do first, step number 1, which is already explained in material, and you have to go word to word, dear student. What is written there? To balance any chemical equation, first place each formula and symbol in box. Okay, so let us follow the first step. In step number 1, I am not writing the chemical equation again. Let us do it, don't worry. Okay, Fe plus H2O delivers Fe3O4 plus H2, okay, which is the first step. Box each and every formula and symbol in box. Okay, this is step number 1. Iron is boxed, then water molecular formula is boxed, then formula of ferric oxide is boxed, and formula of hydrogen is boxed. This is the first step, dear student. Try to understand. Okay, now which is the next step, number 2? In step number 2, what you have to do, just try to understand the theoretical part in step number 2. Now we are starting the real process of balancing of chemical equation. Okay, now dear student, be conscious here. In next step, what you have to do, so find molecular formula or find compound having maximum number of atom. Here in reactant, iron only 1 atom. Here in water molecule, total 3 atom. You can understand 2 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So totally this molecular formula contains 3 atom, that you can see. If you target here, ferric oxide contain 3 atoms of ferrous, 4 atom of oxygen, so it contains total 7 atom. Hydrogen here contain only 2 atoms. So what you have to do, dear student, as it is written, you have to find the compound or molecular formula in reactant or product. Understand? Containing maximum number of atom, that you have to do. In step number 2, you can verify, understand that you have to list out atoms of every element. Okay, suppose, dear student, if you list out all elements, the iron has how many element in reactant and in product, that has been given in material in detail, you can understand. Suppose iron means name of the element iron, then name of the element hydrogen, name of the element oxygen. In reactant, if you write in reactant, and if you write here in product, okay, how many number of atoms of iron on reactant side? Only 1. On product side 3. How many atoms of hydrogen on reactant side? 2. Here also 2. How many atom of oxygen on reactant side? 1, and on product side 4. Okay. So first, dear student, we have boxed all elements and compound participating in chemical reaction. Then what we have done, we have just written number of atoms of each element in reactant side and in product side. Okay. Now, dear student, a very important step. While you balance any chemical equation, what you need to target is that you should start balancing a compound containing maximum number of atom. As I told you, here only 1 atom, here 3 atom, here 7 atom, and there 2 atom. So obviously, if you understand which compound you will target, which has maximum number of atom, obviously we will target Fe3O4. Remember this. Here iron has only 1 atom, water has 3 atom, ferric oxide molecule has 7 atom, hydrogen H2 has 2 atom. So actually ferric oxide contains maximum number of atom. Okay. So dear student, what we are going to do is that, understand, this is just a box so that you will not get confused at all. Understand? So what we have to do, we have to select, understand, ferric oxide first, because it contains how many total atoms? 7 atom. That means maximum atom it contains. In that also, because every molecular formula contains different element, this molecular formula of ferric oxide contains 2 elements, ferrous, iron and oxygen. Iron has 3 atom, oxygen has 4 atom. So start balancing element having maximum number of atoms. So which is that element having maximum number of atom? Obviously oxygen. So dear student, you will start balancing oxygen atom on both sides of the equation. You understood step number 3? What I told you? You have to select a formula or compound having maximum number of atom, which is that iron oxide. In that, select the element having maximum number of atom, which is that oxygen. It has 4 atoms, iron has only 3 atoms. So my dear student, when you come to the step number 4, here I am just writing for your comfort, it is written in material that which compound we have selected, Fe3O4, and which element we are trying to balance, oxygen. Okay, now your complete concentration has to remain on oxygen. Okay, I am just erasing these 2 steps, step number 2 and step number 3. Okay, step 1, 2, 3 actually we discussed, right? So we can erase it now. Now we are coming to step number 4. Okay, which compound we have selected? We have selected iron oxide containing 4 atoms of oxygen, and we are trying to balance it. So try to understand, dear student. Step 3 has been discussed. We are targeting to balance oxygen on both sides of the equation. Understand? As per the hit and trial method, again what you have to do, you have to make a box and you have to write detail in it. Okay, step number 4. What is that step number 4? Just list out number of atom of oxygen. Suppose we make a box. I am not drawing the box but just writing for you number of atoms. Number of atoms of oxygen means element. Understand? In reactant and in product. Okay, number of atoms of actually element to be written, but here oxygen. Understand? So dear student, first in initial stage, it means you have to write initial. How many oxygen atom? On reactant side only 1. How many oxygen atom on product side? 4. Now dear student, you have to write to balance. Obviously you take out the LCM of 1 and 4, that is 4. So here I have to multiply 4. 1 as it is. Here I have to multiply 1, 4 as it is. Okay. So in reactant you have to multiply 4, in product 1. You understood? So this way, here 4 1 ja 4, here 1 4 ja 4. So partly balanced equation at the stage number 3 will be like Fe plus, speak about, this is to be multiplied by 4, means the complete formula to be multiplied by 4. 4H2O, 1 multiplied by 4. You understood? Here there is no need to write 1 Fe3O4 as it is, H2 as it is. This is called partly balanced chemical equation. Okay, partly balanced. Oxygen atom are actually getting balanced on both the side of the chemical equation. Okay, so oxygen is targeted. Now our target is to concentrate on rest of the 2 elements which are left. First element, if you target, that is hydrogen. Second element, if you target, that is iron. Let us target any one element and try to balance. This is, dear student, a partly balanced chemical equation which we will write at the top rather than the original equation. Okay. So step number 4 clear in your mind. We targeted oxygen and accordingly we wrote the number of atom of oxygen on reactant side, and on product side we took the LCM of both number and accordingly we multiplied. So oxygen atom are balanced on both the side of the equation. Okay, I have to erase the original equation and write partly balanced chemical equation, that I will write. Okay, dear student. So which is the partly balanced chemical equation in front of us? That is what I am mentioning here. Okay, this is partly balanced chemical equation. Fe plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Okay, dear student. Now either you can target hydrogen or oxygen in step number 5. Okay, let us suppose target hydrogen. Okay, let us target hydrogen. So again, dear student, you have to write as usual. Understand what you will write first? Number of atoms of hydrogen. Okay, in reactants, then you will write in product, in reactant and in product. Then you will write initial means before the balancing. How many hydrogen atom on left side can you say me, dear student? 4 to the 8. How many on product side? Only 2. So obviously, dear student, to balance, you have to take the LCM of 8 and 2, that is 8. So here I will in reactant side just multiply 1, and here I would like to multiply 4, then and then it becomes 8 on both sides. Okay, so what I am doing is I am just writing the equation again. I am writing now Fe plus 4H2O. Okay, then it gives Fe3O4, and I have to multiply 4 here, so 4H2. Okay, dear student. So this is, again you can call it a partly balanced chemical equation. First I have balanced oxygen, then I have balanced hydrogen. This was first partly balanced equation, this is second. Understand, now we are targeting actually hydrogen has been balanced. Okay, now let us target iron only left. Understand, so I am just erasing and will write the partly balanced equation again. Okay, now in step number 6. Okay, let us try to balance now. What is the partly balanced equation? Actually, dear student, there is no need that if you target iron first or hydrogen first, that is actually your choice. Okay, Now suppose I am writing the partly balanced equation Fe plus H2O, Fe3O4 plus H2. Suppose step number 6 if we take. Okay, here already 4, here already 4. Okay. Now this is again a partly balanced equation. Okay. And now you have to target the only element which is left, that is iron. Okay. So again dear student, to balance the iron, again we will follow the same way all steps. Understand? First you will again make a tabular form. You will write atoms of Fe, iron, in reactant, that way you can write in reactants. Then you will write in products. Okay. First you have to write initial, and then you will definitely write to balance. In reactant side, how many iron atom you can see? 1. On product side, can you see this number? 3. So again dear student, you all know very well what to do. Just simply take the LCM of 1 and 3. Here you will multiply 3. And here you will multiply 1. Okay. So 3 1 ja, here 3, and 3 1 ja, here 3. So in partly balanced equation, here you will multiply 3, there 1. So what will be the equation looking like? 3Fe. I multiplied 3 here, plus 4H2O give Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Now this is, dear student, a completely balanced chemical equation. This is called a completely balanced chemical equation, where you see atoms of each and every element are balanced on both the side of the equation. This is completely balanced chemical equation. Okay. Now dear student, after we got this completely balanced chemical equation, step number 7 and 8, that I will just discuss in the same equation. Whenever you write any chemical equation and whenever you balance any chemical equation, what is necessary is that you also need to mention the state of the substance which are taking part in the reaction and which are formed at the end of the reaction. Here iron is taking part in the reaction in solid state, water in gaseous state, not liquid. Try to understand, right? Iron oxide formed in solid state and hydrogen formed in gaseous state. So you also need to mention the state of all the reactant and product. Okay. And the next one, dear student, in any case, all chemical reaction does not take place at normal room temperature. Many chemical reactions take place at normal room temperature. You do not require the necessity and of any extra factors like temperature, heat, pressure, presence of catalyst. You do not require the necessity or demand of any external factor for any chemical reaction to take place, but sometime it demand. So you have to mention in this arrowhead one equation I have also given. Understand, CO plus 2H2 gives CH3OH, where you can see a particular temperature is required. Understand, pressure is required. Similarly, you can see one of the reaction has been mentioned in your material, that is the equation of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O deliver C6H12O6 plus 6O2, where you can see the presence of sunlight as well as chlorophyll. Okay, dear student, so necessary required condition need to be mentioned in balancing any chemical equation. That's compulsory. Okay, whenever, dear student, you try to balance any chemical equation, you need to target, and suppose one reaction which is mentioned here, just try to understand. Let me that how we have utilized the heat and trial method there, and how it is useful to you to sometime balance simple looking chemical equation. Even this method is applicable, understand, to any complicated equation you get to balance. Suppose there is mentioned one reaction like this, CO plus CO2, CO2, no, yes, that is CO2, sorry, CO plus H2. I am writing unbalanced skeletal equation, CH3OH. Suppose if somebody asks you utilize the heat and trial method to balance it, so what is the first step? You will box. Okay, which is the second step? You will write number of atom of each element on both sides. In reactant side, how many atom of carbon? 1. How many atom of carbon on right side? 1. How many atom of oxygen? 1. How many atom of oxygen on product? 1. How many atom of hydrogen on reactant side? 2. How many? Please be precise and accurate. How many atom of hydrogen on product side? 3 plus 1, 4. Okay. Third step, select the compound containing maximum number of atom. Here 2 atom, here 2 atom, here 1 plus 3, 4 plus 5 plus 6, 6 atom. So you have to start balancing this chemical compound. In that also, select the compound having maximum number of atom. Carbon has just 1 atom, oxygen has 1 atom, so obviously you will target hydrogen. Hydrogen has 4 atom. Now how will you write? We are already in step number 4. Okay, dear student, so how will you write atoms of hydrogen? Understand, then in reactant, I am just writing it, otherwise you can, while you balance any chemical equation, you do not have to follow all this step. Understand, this is going to just help you initial, and then to balance. How many in reactant side? 2. How many in product side? 4. Take LCM of 2 and 4, that is 4. Here you will multiply 2 and here you will multiply 4. So the partly balanced equation will occur like this: CO plus 2H2 give CH3OH. Okay, this is partly balanced chemical equation in step number 4. Step number 5, you target next element carbon. So carbon is already balanced on both the side of the equation, no need to balance. Here also one, here also one. Now oxygen, here one balanced. So step number 5, 6 not required. 7, mention the necessary state. Understand the state of the carbon monoxide solid, hydrogen solid, and this is liquid. Understand, right? Methanol, actually this compound is called methanol. So this is partly balanced, and this is completely balanced chemical equation, and this equation take place under the atmospheric pressure 340 atm. Okay, so at this particular pressure only this chemical reaction can take place. So you understood this. Any chemical equation can be balanced quite easily by utilizing this particular method. Understand, here you see one thing, there are no need for step number 5 and 6 because rest two elements are already balanced. Right, but you have to mention, if you are asked this chemical reaction in exam to balance by heat and trial, so this way you have to write for oxygen, though you multiply 1, this way you have to write for carbon, though you multiply 1, then step number 7 and then step number 8. Okay, so this way, dear student, we can balance any chemical equation. So remember one thing, in next lecture what we are going to target, we are going to target one particular topic of balancing a chemical equation, that we are going to target in our next lecture, where we will try to balance. If you have gone through your material from our section, understand, सवाल हमारा जवाब तुम्हारा, see in section SHGT, we are going to target your question number 6, where you are given 19 chemical equation, given word equation, which is to be converted into skeletal and then needs to be balanced. Okay, that we will practice. Understand, at least 10 to 12 equation I will practice for you. Understand, in our next lecture, and in homework I will give you all equation to try. What is today's homework? That is your topic, dear student. Topic 1.3. If you see in our सवाल हमारा जवाब तुम्हारा section, question number 5. This is your homework for today. What is the homework for today? From सवाल हमारा जवाब तुम्हारा SHGT section, you have to write question number 5, and in that you have to write topic 1.3 word to word. Okay, so this is homework for today's lecture. Okay, dear student, try to understand this particular method, going to help you in 10th standard and in future also. If you go in 11, 12 in science, there you will come across such chemical equation, and you need to master balancing a chemical equation. Okay, dear students, so practice it more and more. You understood this, right? Okay, so in today's lecture, topic 1.3, heat and trial method. Okay, thank you very much.